so much for tuning in to my first YouTube video. This is my first attempt at long form content, so bear with me. I thought that vlogging this trip would be a good place to start. I'm gonna be doing a lot of voiceover for the beginning of this video because, like I said, this is the first time that I'm doing this, so I didn't anticipate that I'd actually have to set aside some time to like talk into the camera, but we get into that later, I promise. So the way that I came across this resort was I was just honestly Googling and TikTok searching and talking to friends about where I could go that would be like cool and new for me, more of a relaxing vibe and something that I feel would be like kind of safe and like not too far from home because I do have a baby at home and I didn't want to do anything that was like a little too crazy right now. And so I came across Mi Amo and it was like exactly the vibe I was looking for. I've always wanted to come to this part of the country. And it was kind of like an all-inclusive vibe, so it would be easy for me to just kind of get there, do everything on the property, and then just get back to the airport. So on day one, I took a flight from Miami straight to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix, I did a private transfer to the hotel, which is in Sedona, which is like 2 hours away from Phoenix, which I know sounds kind of daunting at like the thought of driving 2 hours on top of a 5-hour flight, but it was actually very nice. I got to kind of just like look around and just take in the scenery. It was actually quite a nice experience. Once I got on property, they did a little bit of a tour of the entire like spa and the amenities, and then I got checked in. I need to pause to say that this little like balcony area that they had was so amazing for like when I had to stop and pump. I was just like in such zen. After I checked in, like I said, pumped, and then I changed, and they had like a little bit of like a welcome reception in their like common room where they had like little like bites, drinks, and everybody who was like checking in that day, because it's only like 40 people that checked in that day. It's a smaller resort, so there's not like a lot of people on property. They kind of just like welcomed you. You got to like go around and meet like who was in the room. It was kind of cool. And I think they also did like a welcome meditation, but honestly at this point I was like kind of burnt out from the travel day, so I just decided to sit out by the pool, take in the views, just kind of like take a breather and relax. Oh my god, I just listened back to my voiceover for this video, and the amount of times I say like for this video on, at least for the voiceover portion, I'm going to limit my likes. Hold me to it. What was nice about coming here is that, like I said, everything's on the property, and you obviously can venture out if you want to, but the idea for me was that I didn't have to go anywhere. Everything was within a walk of where I was, and so I was able to really enjoy the downtime rather than kind of jumping from thing to thing and trying to like be on like a tight schedule. I could just enjoy. This shot is of the entrance of the resort. So beautiful, the rocks with the color of the actual building, it like all blends together. It was just breathtaking, truly. I will never get over this view from the restaurant. Just so peaceful and serene. You'll see later in the video they also had like a fireplace where you could sit on these like little couches with your little drink, and it was a vibe. And that was pretty much the end of day one, just sort of recuperating, and I wanted to get back to my room to rest and also take advantage of this bathtub. I know some people are grossed out by bathtubs, but this is a nice place, okay? This bathtub is totally fine. And I also don't have a bathtub at home, so I was taking full advantage, okay? I'm just a girl and sometimes I need a bath. For day two, I had a full itinerary. I was like maxing out this day because I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything I can on Friday and then I'll really take Saturday and just chill, which did not end up happening because I don't know what chill is. The weather was so perfect for this trip. It was somewhere in the 60s in the morning and like early afternoon. Then it like suddenly would be pretty warm in the afternoon, like in the 80s. And then by the evening, again, it was like back in the 60s. It was just so perfect. I'm from Miami, so it's very hot basically all year round and humid. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, the heat in Arizona is totally different. It was just such a nice change of weather. It felt so nice to be outside and not be sweating bricks. I think I touch on this later in the video when we chat, but I really did not expect myself to enjoy the hiking portion of my trip as much as I did. I wish I would have planned more because I really am honestly calling it a hike is a stretch. It was a strenuous walk. But it was a hike for this Florida girl, okay? Anyways, I really enjoyed learning about the energy of the canyons and the vortexes. That was all it's just like so new for me. Like I've never heard of it. It was just so interesting. The guide who did my first hike, like she was so knowledgeable. I don't know, it was just really interesting and I really enjoyed it. So much so that after, like the hike was maybe in 30 minutes up and then 30 minutes back. After we were done, I went and got that smoothie and then I went back up and just kind of sat there, took it all in, thanked God for being there and having the opportunity to be on that trip. It was just like so incredible. Just when you see views like that, like it really like, wow, like whatever you believe in, it brings you to that. It was just so incredible. I just couldn't get enough. Afterwards, I had my first massage, so I enjoyed their like spa amenities, and then I finally get to relax. I think I fell asleep once. I was telling my friends and family about this trip and how I was planning on going like totally alone. There were mixed reviews. Some people were like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Like, I love that for you. Some people were like, are you okay? Honestly, I've always wanted to do like a solo trip. I've never had any issues doing things alone. Before I was married and had a baby, like I would go to the movies alone, go to eat alone. But I had never traveled alone, and that was always on like my bucket list, but there was never a good time. You know, when you have a baby, like no matter how much you are ready or you prep, it can be a big adjustment. So anyways, all that to say, I'm really glad that I'm doing this now. I feel like I appreciate it so much more than I would have, you know, had I done this before. And I don't know, I'm just really soaking it in, I guess. If you're thinking about taking a solo trip, as a new mom, as not, like if you're just wanting to do it, I would highly recommend. I guess it's like different strokes for different folks. Some people, I feel like they don't need time alone. Like they're just the kind of person that they get energy from being with other people. And that's just not how, I mean, I think I'm a little mix of both. Like I feel like I do get energy from like being with people, but I also need some time to recharge on my own. Like what is that they call it? Like an introverted extrovert or an extroverted introvert. But yeah, so if it's not for you, like I feel like don't feel pressure to do it, right? Like sometimes I feel like we see people do things on social media and like we do it because we're like, wow, like they're having such a good time, like maybe I should do it. But if like that's not your cup of tea, like you don't have to do it. Do other things, you know, like plan other things that are gonna fill your cup, right? The most important thing is that you need to fill your cup. And this, I am speaking particularly to the moms because that's just the stage of life that I'm in. I just feel like you can't pour from an empty cup. And I know that's cliche, but it's cliche because it's true. I just strongly believe in that. And before I had kids and before I was married, I always thought to myself, like, I want to make sure that I don't lose myself. I do this because I feel like when you go through these life changes, you don't really like lose yourself. Like you just change, like you're different. Like if these things don't change you, like I don't know what will. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? You want to change in your life, like you whole length of hopefully a long life. So yeah, I just feel like you need to, in those transitions, figure out ways to fill your cup and like give yourself kind of a pause so that you can continue to like give to the people that you love and be there and be present. And I think as a mom, it's really hard because like there's so much, I don't know, I guess noise about like how you should parent, how you should be a wife, how you should just, especially nowadays, like you get it from friends, from family, from social media, like you get all this feedback, but sometimes like you're just like, hey, I didn't ask.
But you know, people mean well, I think. Well, not all people, like your family and friends, yes, the people online. Anyways, but yeah, at the end of the day, like you have to know like what it is that you need, right? And I was talking to my friends about this. They were kind of asking me like my thoughts on the whole pouring into your own cup. But I just feel like I'm the kind of person that if I feel like I'm not, you know, taken care of, I'm just not the best version of myself. And I don't feel like that's fair to my kids, my kid, you know, my husband, my family. Like I want to be the best version of myself for them. And if something as simple as taking a few days away can help kind of give me like a little bit of a recharge, why not? I met actually another mom who's also here doing like a solo weekend, and we were just kind of talking about like, oh, you know, deciding to come here, blah blah blah. And I was telling her how like I don't know if it's having a baby like changing your perspective, but I really started to have that like feeling of like, what is stopping me from doing the things that I want to do, you know? Like why do I let like when I know, like for example, the solo trip, but again, it all worked out how it's supposed to be, but other things, I'm kind of like, why do I stop myself from doing things that I know I'm very full and well capable of doing? And if it's what I want, you know, this life is short, and it's too short for, you know, you to just watch it, things that you want and things you want to accomplish just like pass you by, you know? And I think that especially when you're caught up in being a mom, it's easy to kind of just put those things on the back burner. Although obviously being a mom is one of those things that like I wanted to do in life, and like I'm very grateful to be in this phase of life. So this is one of those things. But yeah, it was just kind of like, what's stopping us? Like I think sometimes you just need that like somebody to tell you like, why not? It makes me think of my mom. She always references the book by what's her name, Mel Robbins, Let Them. That's like always like our joke, like let them. The funny part about that is that she's never read the book. She's read like the first chapter. Sorry mom for calling you out. It's kind of funny, but it's so true, you know, like it's a good perspective to have. Again, something that I feel like now is cliche, but it is true. You know, if people think you're crazy, if people think you're, you know, this or that for doing things that are gonna be good for you, let them. And honestly, sometimes it's not even like, it doesn't have to be this big thing, right? Like it doesn't have to be this big trip for you to fill your cup. Like it can be little things like, you know, hiring cleaners for, you know, for yourself for a week that you just don't have the time to clean, but obviously you want to clean home. I can't talk and do my brows. There's like literally no way. I can barely do them when I'm not talking. 1 second. You know, going out to eat alone or not. Like I said, if you're not like a alone person, like that's totally fine. If it's going to hang out with your friends or spending time with, you know, a family member, whatever that thing may be, like go ahead and do it, you know? Like why, what are we waiting for? You know, there's no better time than the present. That's my 2 cents on that. The funny thing is that I was like very excited. I have a Rent the Runway subscription. I don't know about you guys, if you're into that rental model. It's really good. It's really good for me because I live in a condo. I don't have that much closet space. And honestly, like I get bored of things easily, especially like very out there things, like something like this. Like I feel like I'd wear it twice and then I'd be like, I don't want to wear it again. And so I like Rent the Runway because I can like try different things and I don't really have to commit, and then it doesn't take up space in my closet. It's also good for the environment because obviously like there's a lot of clothes out there. We won't get into that. Point of that was to tell you that I was really excited about this outfit that I got from Rent the Runway. I'll show you guys. So cute. It's like this little scarf. I don't know, is it focusing? It's like this little scarf top. Silky, and it comes with like the pants. You guys can see. So cute, so comfy, but it's funny because I picked out all these cute outfits that I was excited to wear, and essentially they like encourage you to just wear your robe everywhere around like the resort property. Like they're like, just wear your robe. Like you come to dinner, wear your robe. Come to this session, wear your robe. I think it's like a 50-50. Like some people are like doing it, others are not, so it's not like a big deal if you don't want to wear your robe. But it's like, it's very casual. Like even people who are dressed are kind of dressed casually. So even this is like, I mean, maybe you guys are looking at this and you're like, girl, you're doing too much. But even this, I feel like it's kind of like a lot. Next time if I were to come again, hopefully I can, I would probably pack less and I would like subscribe to the whole, like, I'm just gonna wear my robe the whole time vibe. It's gonna curl my hair, but I'm kind of digging the, just like straight, kind of like my natural hair. I feel like it goes with the vibes. Again, I don't want to do too much. I'm already doing a lot by getting dressed and not wearing my robe. So I don't want people to be like, who does she think she is? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't care what people think, right? Let them. This is what happens when you let me be alone. I just look a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's see. Is this crazy? Can you guys see? Yeah. Look how pretty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a little too orange. No. Try this one. Yeah. Gorgeous. Okay. The new lippies by e.l.f. It's their Glow Reviver lipstick. I highly recommend. It's really nice. I really like these a lot. I think I'm gonna do this for perfume. Can you guys see? This is the Noise Detour perfume. If Paloma was here, shout out to my girl, she could tell you what the notes are of this. Yeah, I have no idea. It smells really good though. Alright, I'm gonna head out. I will catch up with you guys later.
So later this day, I had opted into a caviar and Krug tasting, two of my favorite things. And this was interesting because it ended up being just me and 3 other people. Actually, for a lot of the things, honestly, for a lot of my time at the resort, I kept saying this, even though obviously I was not, it felt a lot of the time like I was like the only one there. And like, obviously I wasn't. There was just like not as much people as I had expected. They had said that this was like their busy season, and I'm sure it is, but I don't know, it's just like something about it. Like I kind of felt, you know, like all the spaces were like, I don't know, maybe that's by design. They do it that way so that way it's not crowded and you can really kind of relax and be at peace. But sometimes I was like, am I the only one here? Where is everyone? And for the record, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that that was a bad thing. It was just something that I noted. This was the end of day 2, and this was my favorite dinner. This steak and scallops surf and turf moment was wow, chef's kiss. For day 2, I had signed up for another activity. Also, look how beautiful the weather was. I can't get over it. For day 2, I had also signed up for another activity. And for this one, I was literally the only person who showed up. So it was just me and my girl Colleen candle making this morning, which I was totally fine with. She was such a sweetheart. It was like, I don't know, it was something like, I don't know, it was kind of like, felt like I was talking to a family member. Like we were just there chit-chatting. She was telling me how to make the candle and all the different options that I had. And even though it was just me and like, maybe that could have been awkward, I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun having the class to myself. I'll show you guys the finished product later, but I ended up going with this cactus flower scent that I felt would be like a good reminder of my time here. After this, I grabbed some, actually this is breakfast part 2 because I actually had ordered breakfast to my room and then I was hungry again and I got breakfast again. Absolutely no regrets. And then I had another massage scheduled for later this day. And like I said, I was supposed to relax this day and take it easy, but sometimes when I get energy, I gotta keep it going, you know what I mean? And so this is now kind of flip-flopped because after my massage, I ended up grabbing lunch and then I figured out another hike that I could do alone. Again, hike is probably a bit of a stretch. It was more of a strenuous walk, but nonetheless, I did it and I was doing it this time totally alone. And so I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the audio from this portion of the trip.
this way. Oh. No, perhaps not. We made it. I'm not sure exactly how high I'm supposed to go. There's people up there. Definitely not. Wow. So beautiful. That wasn't that bad.
And again, this was just me taking a moment to soak in the scenery. Thank God for the moment and be present. While my camera was recording, yeah, I know you guys are gonna be like, wow, fake deep. Whatever. How else was I gonna show you guys what I did?
I feel like no one else is over here, so I probably shouldn't be over here.
Okay, so after my little adventure, I finally decided, okay, now is the time to relax. And the weather was perfect. Like I said, it was like in the 80s in the afternoon. I was like, this is the perfect time to hit up the pool. I grabbed myself a little smoothie, took a little dip. It was just a perfect end to the afternoon, early afternoon. I had some activities planned for later in the day, so this is a good way to just close out my adventures for the day. And then I remembered to record more chit chat.
All right, we are at the end of the road. It is my last night here, and I'm sad, but like not really. I miss my baby. So I'm happy to be going home tomorrow, and I feel like 2 days was like a perfect amount. Well, I've been gone for 4 days, but 2 full days here was like the perfect amount of time. Like it was just enough time to have like a little getaway moment, but I'm ready to go home. We're just getting ready for dinner, and then tonight we're gonna do stargazing, and then that'll be it. I'm gonna come home, pack up, and get ready to leave tomorrow. I finished my candle. I wanna show you guys because I didn't get to show the finished product. It has like little crystals and little cactus in it. The scent is cactus flower. It smells really good. It kind of reminds me of a scent from Bath and Body Works, pink champagne or champagne something. Champagne toast? I don't know, I haven't used it in a long time, but it was one of my favorite scents, and this is like a soy candle, so it's organico. Take a sniff. They also came by about an hour ago and dropped off this, and I haven't opened it because I was like, I'm gonna wait to do it on camera. Let's see. They said it's not food. Boo! See it first. If I can get it open. What is that? Oh! Aww, how do I hold it so you guys can see? So beautiful. It says, the hummingbird is a symbol of joy, healing, and good fortune. We offer this keepsake to you as a reminder of your journey. We hope it brings forth happiness and fond memories of your time spent in the beautiful Boynton Canyon. I was saying, I think that 2 days was like the perfect amount of time for a getaway. Granted, like I had 2 days of travel. Like I left on Thursday, and then I will be back tomorrow, Sunday. So it's 4 days, but 2 full days. And yeah, I think that's like a perfect amount of time for a little getaway. Gives me enough time to kind of like reset, oh, let's show you guys. I also, with the candle, I also got these little melts with my leftover wax. And I did a bunch of different colors. Let me see if I can show you inside the box. they keep asking me like, oh, like how, you know, is this your first time here? How do you like it? And I'm just like, what's not to like? Like, hello? What is not to like? So it's been incredible. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to come here. I really, really enjoyed it and think that I would come back for sure. Next time I think I would want to come back with someone, if like my husband or my mom or my girlfriends. That would be like really fun to share it with them next time around. Surprisingly, I feel like my favorite part of the whole experience was the hiking, which was not like the big reason why I came to Sedona, but obviously I know that that's like a big thing here and I had plans to do it. And I don't know, I thought like I would enjoy it, but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like love it. Like I only planned to do one hike because I was like, it's just like one's enough. And I ended up doing two. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like I guess I never understood what people meant by like how, what's the word? Like it feels, I don't know, it's just like a feeling of like being out in nature and seeing like how vast like the world is in comparison to like you. Maybe just kind of put things into perspective. We're like nothing in this like huge world, beautiful world. So I don't know, I really like that. And I think that if I were to come back to like Sedona, I would love to do like a total hiking trip where I do like all of like the major hikes, like Cathedral Hill, Cathedral Mountain, Cathedral Mountain, and all of like the other, like Tabletop I think is the other one. There's basically all of like the major Sedona ones. I would want to come back and do a trip where I get to like do all of those, but that's something that I feel like would be fun to do with family or with my friends. I don't know. Jen and Anna are looking at this like there's no way we're going hiking with you, but it'd just be fun to do like obviously in like more of a group. So if I come back to Sedona, I want to do like a family or friend like hiking trip. That would be super fun. It's my first time in this part of the country. Always wanted to come, and so it was, I guess it went beyond like what I was expecting. It really is really beautiful and something that you have to see like with your own two eyes. Like the pictures and the videos that I'm posting, I feel like don't really do it justice. But yeah, I definitely want to come back. If I come here again, is the massages. I feel like I went a little bit too light. So if you're planning a trip here, like the massages I feel like are not super intense. And I did a Swedish massage yesterday, and I did end up asking like the tech if she could just kind of like put more pressure. And then I ended up changing my massage today to a what's the word, deep tissue, and I still feel like it was pretty light. So if you're planning a trip to the resort and you're wondering, I would say like if you're very into, you know, a very deep massage, like you want to feel sore after, definitely don't be afraid to kind of go with the more intense offers. The thing I'm gonna miss the most, I think, aside from like the beautiful view, is the food. The food has been so bomb. My favorite thing is the like juice bar that you have access to like all the time, trying all the different like fresh pressed juices and smoothies. So good. Like if I could have that in my house, like I would want that. I honestly couldn't even tell you like what my favorite meal was because everything was so freaking good. So yeah, 10 out of 10, would recommend. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. This all came out of my bank account. Miamo, if you want to sponsor me though, hit me up. I'm gonna finish up my makeup again, doing something light because wait till you guys see the dress. I'm wearing the clothes that I brought because I did not lug all this clothing here just to wear a robe. So, oh crap, my camera's gonna die anyways. Awkward, my camera did in fact die, but I wanted to show you guys the fit for tonight, the final fit. She's doing a lot. She's not a robe, but that's okay. Because you know what? Let them.